Guess who's back? And I brought a hot 10 list that you're definitely not going to want to miss. So you know the routine. Ain't nothing changed but the game, baby. Go grab your vibe juice and meet us back here in the comic room. I know you miss me. Let's get to it. What's up, everybody? And welcome back welcome back to another episode of Keep It Comics. As always, I am your humble host, C3, and I am back with another top 10 list and market update for who? For you, the comic book community. The long-awaited hot 10 list. I'm back. I'm on break from school. I need it. My brain feels like jelly. I know you guys have been waiting. I appreciate all the comments. I appreciate everybody reaching out to me. You guys are truly some of the greatest people in the world, the comic book community. I thank you, and I can't stress it enough how much I appreciate and I love you guys. You guys are totally awesome. I got a hot 10 list. This is what we do. If this is your first time checking out the channel, this is a hot 10 list, but not like everybody else's hot 10 list. So when you go to certain channels, you'll hear that everybody's hyping up these books because a movie's coming out or it's been optioned or XYZ, so on and so forth. Over here, we talk about the books that not a lot of people are talking about. Because yes, there are other books that are spiking on the market, but they're just not getting the attention. So if you're looking for that type of information, this is your channel. This is the channel for you. We grab books and try to pay as minimum as possible because we realize that we don't have to pay so much in order to add a book to our collection. So like I said, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, feel free to ring that bell. So every time I do drop a video, and they'll be more frequent once I get out of school, but for now, this is what we got to work with. You guys will be the first to know. All right? We're going to start the list off with a hot chant real quick. Do me a favor. If you're happy that I'm back, drop hashtag original Keep It Comics in the comments section. Hashtag original Keep It Comics in the comments section. And we're going to start the list off at number 10. This is Predator versus Spider-Man, issue number 1. And this is that 1 in 25 Humberto Ramos variant. Oh my goodness. I knew this book was going to spike eventually, right? Because I'm like, ooh, a Humberto Ramos cover. And not to mention, I'm a big fan of his. Have a lot of his artwork in my collection. And I said, wow, this book isn't doing so great right now. It's quiet. But then it started grabbing some legs and started picking up some steam. So this book right now is up 72% right now, with the average price for the raw copy going for $8, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first appearance of a new Predator named Skinner, right? Yes, and I don't know if you guys seen that Predator trailer, but it is hot to death, and I can't wait to see it, all right? This book is up 72%, and we've had a total of 57 sales that has transpired on the secondary market so far, with an all-time high being $26 that took place a couple of weeks ago back in April. Listen, this is a fairly new book, so there's no graded information on this book. This book is listed for fair market value at $8 for a raw copy and near mint condition. So Predator versus Spider-Man, issue number 1, that 1 in 25 Humberto Ramos variant is moving on the secondary market. And if you think this is worthy of your PC, definitely be sure to grab yourself one. All right. At the list at number 9, ladies and gentlemen, we got to talk about Wolverine, issue number 20. And this is the direct edition. Oh, yes, and this is a spectacular cover. This is the first appearance of Gorgon. All right, now, average price for the raw copy is just $3. See, you don't have to pay a lot to add this first appearance to your collection. Average price for the graded copy is $60. This book is up 80%, ladies and gentlemen, and still moving on the secondary market. 258 total sales for this book so far, with an all-time high of $100 for a raw copy in near mint condition that took place back in May, right? Now, fair market value has this book listed at $3 for a raw copy in fine condition. But I did a little bit more digging on this book because this book is definitely not going to make you rich, but it is worth adding to your PC. At least that's my opinion, right? Go Collect has 234 universal grades on the census, 152 9.8s. There's 63 9.6s. There's 9 9.4s. There's 6 9.2s, and there's 1 9.0 on the universal census. All right, so this is a book that you can acquire for not a lot of money. All my Wolverine fans, pay attention, because this one is hot, and I believe it's because of the moves that they're making in the DC universe. And we know that Wolverine is one of our famous and one of our greatest heroes. And that last installment with Deadpool versus Wolverine continues to spike all of his books, all right? So definitely keep your eye out on it, because it's moving on the secondary market. And speaking of moving, ladies and gentlemen, I am happy to be back. I gotta tell you, I can't tell you enough. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Your boy is back like he never left. It's good vibes only. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about those first 2 books that we just named? And we're going to keep on going. On the list at number 8, here's another one for the collection, ladies and gentlemen. This is Red Sonja, issue number 1, and this is the regular edition. Oh, yes. All right. Here. First solo series featuring Red Sonja. She's had a big following. She's got a cult following, ladies and gentlemen. So this is maybe like a no-brainer for many of us. The average price for the raw copy is $21. Average price for the graded copy is $148. This book is up 69%, ladies and gentlemen, with 1,769 total sales that has taken place so far. But the last recorded sale for this book was $25, and that was for a raw copy in very fine condition. The all-time high for this book took place back in 2022, where the CGC 9.9 sold for $1,540. Okay? Now, fair market value has this book resting at the 9.6, going for $140. Now, when I did a little bit more digging, I learned that there's 2,301 universal grades on the Go Collect census. A 9.2 will cost you about $55, my friends. All right? So you can get your hands on this book, and it's not going to cost you a lot. Either way, you can't go wrong. Red Sonja, issue number 1, the regular edition, first solo series featuring our girl Red Sonja. So check her out. If you're not a fan, if you take a look at this book, you just might become one. She's real good. She's got great stories. She's got great energy. She's smart. She's intelligent. She's super powerful. She's got the strength of 10, 20 men. And she swings a mean sword, baby. So definitely check her out. All right. On the list at number 7. Excuse me. Let me clear my throat. All right, guys. On the list at number 7. Wolverine. I'm not Wolverine, but Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman. Issue number 1, first modern appearance of Themyscira and Hippolyta. That's it. Hippolyta. And plus, the origin of Ares, the new origin of Ares. Oh, yes. If you guys know me, I'll butcher a name in a minute. I apologize for doing so, but it doesn't mean I won't do it. This book is up, ladies and gentlemen. Almost 2%. This is a slow grind book, but it's definitely a book worth taking a look at. Wonder Woman fans, this has got some Perez art, some Patterson, so you can't go wrong with it. You definitely got to check it out. Raw copies are going for $18. Graded copies are going for $150. 1,119 total sales that has moved on the secondary market so far. Last recorded sale for this book was $8. That was for a raw copy. Now, the all-time high for this book is $455, and that was for a CGC 9.8 that took place back in 2022. Fair market value has this book listed at $18 for a raw copy in very fine condition, and to me, that's a steal for such a great book. On the list at number 6, ladies and gentlemen, Summer of Superman Special, issue number 1, and this is a beautiful Alexander Lazona cover. Look at that. That is just awesome. This is definitely my hot cover alert, ladies and gentlemen. Hot cover alert. This book is up right now, 5.67%, right? Again, another slow grind book, but definitely worthy of taking a look at. Average price for the raw copy, $21. Average price for the graded copy is $114. 377 books have sold so far, all right? We had an all-time high that took place back on April 23rd, and that book sold for $140. That was a CGC 9.8, ladies and gentlemen. Fair market value does have this book resting at $21 for the raw copy in near mint condition. Superman fans that are excited about the movie, I know I am. I keep watching the trailers as they keep putting them out. Man, this movie just appears to be getting better and better, more interesting. There's going to be so much going on in this movie that I can't wait to see it. All right, so definitely check out Summer of Superman Special, issue number 1, the Alexander Lozano cover. It's moving on the market, ladies and gentlemen. So definitely check it out. All right, now we've made it to the halfway mark. Allow me to do what I always do, which is stop, catch my breath, and take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for checking out the channel. I appreciate your patience. I love you guys. I got a lot of respect for you. This is your channel. It's not going anywhere. I do realize that, you know, people, they miss me, wondering where I'm at. Some even choose to steal a lot of my content, but we're not even going to go there. I don't care. We're just going to keep it moving. Listen, I ain't going nowhere. It's Keep It Comics, guys. And I'm going to always do that for you. I'm going to always keep it comics. All right? I appreciate you. If this is your first time stopping by, checking out the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. It's not all the fluff and buff over here, just regular, raw, down to earth. Man, listen, we don't got no time for the funny business. You know what it is. Check all your nonsense at the door. It's good vibes only. Hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. All right? We're at the halfway mark. Number 5 on the list, my guys and my ladies, my girls, my peoples, my family, my community. Number 5 on the list, Invincible Universe. And this is Battle Beast, issue number 2, the Ryan Otley and Annalisa Leone cover, right? This is Battle Beast blind bags. These things have been going crazy. Now, I did get an opportunity to stop by the comic shop. I didn't grab anything because I really haven't had the time nor the money to really collect these past few weeks because I've just been so focused on school. I've had to buy my books for the semester, and that kind of drained me a little bit. Yes, I know it sucks, but it's my reality and I got to deal with it, right? But I have been keeping up with the market, and these books have been doing extremely well on the market. And I know everybody's excited about this new Invincible Universe that they're creating, that they're expounding on. So these books have been going bananas. These are hot. And this is one of those that foil. This is the advanced foil editions, right? Average price for the raw copy right now is $14. Now, this book has had a 50% increase in sales so far and 123 sales that has taken place. Now, the all-time high is $62 for a raw copy, and that took place back on May 8th. Fair market value has this book rested at $14 for raw copies in near mint condition. I'm going to keep my eye on how these books are doing because, like I said, it's a new universe. They're expounding on it. We're getting a bunch of new characters. We're getting new covers. We're getting new artwork, new story arcs. This is something for the comic book community to keep your eye on. Don't sleep. Invincible Universe, Battle Beast, issue number 2, Ryan Otley, Annalisa is doing numbers on the market, ladies and gentlemen. So definitely keep your eye on it. All right? Now, here's some Stan Lee and Jack Kirby greatness. I can't say it any better. All right? Daredevil, issue number 1, first appearance of the Daredevil. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Classic, iconic, whatever you want to call it. Majestic. This book is doing numbers, but this is my Strike While the Iron is Cold book. Yes. Oh, yes. Strike While the Iron is Cold. See, you can get your grail. If this is your grail, now may be a perfect opportunity for you to pull the trigger, right? You don't have to wait until something gets announced, then you go after the book and you got to pay these astronomical prices because there's a feeding frenzy that has been caused because of all the announcements and all the speculation and everybody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about this book. So this book has gone down a little bit. That's why I call it Strike While the Iron is Cold. You know, the iron that sits on the side of the fireplace. It's cold. So just now you can grab it without burning yourself. I don't know. I'm silly like that. That's just how I think. But anyway, average price for the raw copy, $1,200 right now. And if you're interested in graded copies are going for $2,387, ladies and gentlemen. This book is down 23% right now. Not a great amount of drop in it, but it is dropping, and it is coming down into areas that'll make it a little bit more affordable for the average Joe, because that's who I represent. I represent the average Joe, or the average Flo. All right? Yo, $1,773 total sales for this particular book that has changed hands on the secondary market. The all-time high took place back in 2021, where CGC 9.8 went for $250,000. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I know it sounds hard to believe, but at one time, this book sold for the price of a house. Yes. And it'll probably do so again, because those 9/8 still cost quite a bit of money. All right. Fair market value has this book resting at $1,200 for a raw copy that's in poor to fair condition. And you know what I say, that poor to fair condition, don't turn your nose up at it, because what? Low grade is better than no grade. Yes. Shouts out to my boy Chris from We Love Comics. He started that. That's where that comes from. Shouts out to him. Low grade is better than no grade. It's better than to have the book that you want than not have it at all. It's your book, no matter what the grade is. Now, I did look a little deeper. Go Collect says that they have 5,601 universal grades on the census, with 3 of those being 9.8. So very rare book to find in a 9.8. You can get yourself a 9.6 for $100,000 according to fair market value. If you're looking for the 9.2, the 9.2 will run you roughly about $30,000 according to fair market value. And if you just want a near mint copy, the 9.0s are listed at $18,500. All right, so this is a Strike While the Iron is Cold book. Keep your eye out on it. Daredevil, issue #1. It's moving on the secondary market. Now may be the perfect opportunity for you to pull the trigger, ladies and gentlemen. All right? At the list at #3, here's a real shocker for you. Pokemon, The Electric Tale of Pikachu, issue #1. Get it? A real shocker? And this is the first Pokemon, this is the first Pikachu and Ash in the comic book in the USA, in the US, all right? So this is dope, all right? I've watched Pokemon when they first came out. I was always like first one in front of the TV. You know, yeah, even in my adult years, I thought this was a pretty good show. I love the adventures, and I love not knowing which new Pokemon that they were going to find on their adventures. So I've always had a liking for Pokemon. So this is a dope one. This book, the average price for the raw copy is just $5. Again, you can get a nice book with great stories, and you don't have to pay a lot for it. $5 for the average copy. Average graded copy is going to run you roughly about $723. This book is up right now 148% and still climbing, because yes, Pokemon is hot to death. You pay attention to the Pokemon cards, because there's also value in some of those cards as well, many of them. And the kids are actually going crazy over those cards right now. They're just as valuable as baseball cards, football cards, basketball cards. The Pokemon cards, oh man. Charizard happens to be one of my favorite ones. Charizard and Squirtle are one of my two favorites, right? Outside of Pikachu. Pikachu is #1. Pika, Pika. Because I love me some Pikachu, all right? But 53 total sales have taken place so far, with the all-time high being $1,000, and that was for CGC 9.6 that took place in 2025, all right? March of 2025. So I looked a little bit deeper because I wanted to see just how much people are paying attention to this particular book. There are 43 9.8s on the census. There are 40 9.6s, and you can get your hand on a 9.6 for $250. There's 23 9.4s. There's 9 9.2s, and those 9.2s are only going for $100, so keep that in mind. And there's 13 9.0s, and the 9.0s are listed for $85. So if you just want a near mint copy, you're not going to have to pay a lot for it. $85 is really not that much. When you have it, I don't even have that right now. So, but $85 to get you a near mint copy. All right. So again, here's the shocker on the list, and that is Pokemon: The Electric Tail of Pikachu, and that's issue number 1. All right. So keep your eye out on it because it's moving on the secondary market. All right, ladies and gentlemen, number 2 on the list. Now, if you enjoy the new Daredevil series, this book definitely needs to be spotlighted, and I spotlighted it just for you. This is Devil's Reign, issue number 1, and this is the Gerald Perel comic exposure variant. Yes, I have several of these in my collection, and this is the first team appearance of Kingpin's Thunderbolts. So I couldn't help but think that, is this book spiking because of the movie The Thunderbolts? As you can see, I got my little, back there. I got a couple of those in the collection too, decided to display one. If you look around me, you'll see that I got a lot of comics that involve what's going on in our cinematic universe right now. And that's just something I like to do to give you guys some visuals to look at. If you get too much of this beautiful face right here, you need something to distract you, you just might want to take a look behind me and see what's going on. All right. But look, this is the first team appearance of Kingpin's Thunderbolts, which I thought was interesting. And the average price for the raw copy is just $4 for this book. There's no graded information popping up on Go Collect just yet. When there is, I'll definitely double back and bring this book to you and tell you what it is. But this book is up right now, 135%. I actually went and saw the new Thunderbolts movie. I'm going to tell you right now, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I encourage you to go out and watch the movie. Never mind what anybody else is talking about. Don't pay attention to the skeptics. Just go watch the movie. Sum up your own decision, what you think it is, because I thought it was awesome. Definitely light, fluffy, engaging. I just felt real good about watching the movie. I love the message that they had in there. There was a lot of things that really hit home, and it was just a dope movie. I think it was very well put together. So go check Thunderbolts out, ladies and gentlemen. We've had 32 sales for this book transpire so far. Last recorded sale was for $9, which also the all-time high for this book was $9, all right? So not a lot for this book. This is a modern book that you can add to your collection. First appearance of Kingpin's Thunderbolts. You're not going to have to pay a lot for it. This book could definitely continue to climb in value as long as they continue to do right by the series. I think we're going to see some movement in this book in the near future, all right? So I watched the first 4 episodes of the Daredevil series. That was right about the same time where the semester started, and then I had to fall back. But I was thoroughly engaged, and I was like, yeah, they're going to get it cracking in this series, right? So definitely check it out. And this is Devil's Reign, issue number 1, and this is that Gerald Perel comic exposure variant, all right? Keep your eye out on it, ladies and gentlemen, because it is doing numbers on the secondary market. Check it out. All right, my guys. Once again, thank you for stopping by, checking out the channel. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you guys tune in next week for the comic book top 10 list, because we're going to do a giveaway, and I want to make sure that I'm giving away something that you guys are going to want. As a matter of fact, make sure you tune in, because I don't have it out. But I'm going to give away a very, very hot book, all right? And I want you guys to stop by so so you can take an opportunity to try to win this book. We're just going to give it away. It's not going to cost you anything, but definitely make sure you come back and check out next week's top 10 list. All right? So once again, like, subscribe, share. I appreciate you guys. You know what it is. It's good vibes only. We're only here for the love of the hobby. And now we're going to talk about the number 1 hottest comic book in the galaxy, and that is One World Under Doom, issue number 4, and this is that 1 in 50 Adi Granov Virgin variant. Boy, ain't he dope. Look at that, man. This is a cover lover's delight right here. This is an art pull all day long, all right? This book is up right now, 22% and still rising. It got off to a slow start, and I was taken back by that. But I kept watching. I said, oh, yeah, this baby's going to get some steam. Adi Granov, prolific artist, definitely put out some of the hottest covers of our modern time. Listen, pay attention to this book. If you don't have one, you may want to watch and see if you can catch it while it's still affordable, all right? Because I anticipate this book is going to continue to grow over the next couple of months. It's going to continue to increase in value, all right? Average price for the raw copy right now, just $37. And this black copy is definitely going to be difficult to land in a perfect condition. So do your due diligence, pick carefully, make sure you're paying attention to those spines and color breaks, those dog ears, pay attention if you're trying to get this in a near mint condition book, all right? 9.8s are going to be extremely difficult, but definitely it's worth going after. There's no graded copies right now. This is a new book, just came out, but they've 25 sold so far. They have 25 sales that are being displayed on the market right now, with the all-time high being $55, and that was April 13th when that particular sale took place. Fair market value has it resting at $37 for the raw copy in near mint condition. But if you're an Adi Granov fan, like I'm an Adi Granov fan, definitely keep your eye out on this book because it's doing numbers on the secondary market, and it may be time for you to pull that trigger. All right? You know what it is. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your boy C3. Thanks for stopping by, checking out the channel. Like, subscribe, share. If this is your first time, feel free. Join the community. I do it for you. I do it for the love. I do it for the culture, baby. You know what it is. I'm your boy C3. I'll be back. Don't worry. I'll be back. It's good vibes only. Keep it comics. Because you know what it is.